Have you ever noticed how incredibly fragile your mood can be on any given day? You can be having a perfectly fine morning, and then a single delayed text message or a passing compliment from a coworker rapidly rewires your entire emotional state. Psychologists call this validation seeking. It is the deep, persistent emotional need to feel accepted and valued by the people around us. But why do we actually do this? Why do we willingly hand over control of our own peace of mind to such incredibly small, unpredictable external variables? Because when you rely entirely on outside approval, you are holding your own happiness hostage, just waiting passively for the rest of the world to pay the ransom. It's easy to look at someone fishing for compliments and assume their behavior is driven by ego or vanity, but that's rarely the case. More often than not, the constant need for approval acts as a mask, covering up a much deeper well of emotional insecurity and low self-worth. Underneath that mask sits one of the most primal human emotions we have, the sheer fear of rejection. Seeking that external thumbs up acts as a subconscious defense mechanism. It is designed to make a vulnerable mind feel emotionally safe to exist in society. Chronic validation seeking is simply a deeply ingrained survival strategy for a psyche desperately trying to navigate a complex world. For most of human history, that survival strategy played out in small, physical tribes. Today, it plays out on our screens. Social media platforms did not invent human insecurity, but they were engineered specifically to exploit it. This feedback loop shows how it works. Platforms take our primal craving for acceptance and turn it into an endless cycle. As it accelerates, metrics like views and likes replace actual engagement, becoming a highly addictive substitute for genuine connection. The modern digital landscape acts as a relentless emotional treadmill. It keeps users running for approval while structurally preventing them from ever reaching actual emotional fulfillment. When you spend enough time trapped on that treadmill, your baseline psychological state degrades. This heavy, continuous reliance on the outside world naturally breeds chronic anxiety, forcing you into a state of perpetual comparison with everyone around you. It ultimately creates profound emotional instability. The moment external attention inevitably fades, your self-worth violently crashes right along with it. That is the danger of this cycle. If you live by the compliment, you inevitably die by the criticism, leaving your internal peace entirely outside of your control. The desire to be seen and valued is an inherent part of being human. It isn't something you need to eliminate. But when your stability depends on that desire being met by others, you lose the ability to remain steady when the world is quiet. External approval is a variable you cannot control. It fluctuates based on algorithms, other people's moods, and fleeting trends, making it a shaky foundation for your identity. Lasting confidence is built when you decouple your value from those variables. It grows when you realize that your worth remains the same, whether the notifications are flooding in or completely silent. Validation doesn't have to be something you chase from the outside. It becomes a permanent part of your environment the moment you stop asking the world for permission to accept yourself.